got Captain America. We got, again, this DiCaprio project. We got a lot of stuff happening. The trials going down. That Baldoni, because the Baldoni thing just keeps coming up. I'm just going to say this fast. Trevor, what you said earlier is what I laughed about the most too, was the idea that people were like, someone came forward that worked with her before on Gossip Girl and was saying that she would fart and burp on set, that Blake Lively would, and that it was an honor for us to smell that coming out of every crevice from her body. And that's what she was like, and that's how she treated people. It was like, you should grovel in the fart of my stench. You know what I mean? But I mean, you know, so that's what they're saying right now about like believing her in this case, which again, we'll have to wait and find out. But can that be true? You think that can actually lead to her lying about this, Allie? Because she's been saying that there's assault happening here. There's not assault, but there's also like abuse through verbal abuse. He's been touching her wrong, sexual harassment, all that. But people are trying to say that her character doesn't actually speak wonders for her, and that maybe she's lying. Do you think that's what this is? Are you excited? Are you surprised this is going to trial?
No, not really. Their PR teams have been hitting each other real hard. It just seems like two different people who probably both have behaved badly, and we'll get some kind of result about who technically was worse. And like, it's hard to say. It sounds like some of the things that he said might have been blown out of proportion. But then again, other things like, well, if he did that, that was totally not right. It's just impossible to know. Everything is he said, she said. Everything is people, it's secondhand stuff. But it sure does seem like everybody was kind of crappy. And I don't think there's going to be a real winner here. Like, the only winner might be the people who actually want to watch this whole thing just for the drama.
Yeah, that could be it too. The winner is us, Allie. That's what you're saying. The winner is us. We get to see this now. And I mean, I just don't think that anybody wins in this case. I don't think so, honestly, because again, like you're saying, it's like so much drama for what? And then you got Ryan Reynolds wrapped in. We got Marvel wrapped in. We got Disney wrapped in. Did you see that whole thing about the nice pool thing? Did you see that? I don't know if you were around here when we talked about that.
I don't think I saw that. I've seen people. I've seen a lot more negative PR on her recently. Like, I feel like at the beginning, when all this was kind of starting, I was seeing lots of videos about like, hey, like, look at these nice things about her. Here's some examples of her being nice. And as things have progressed, I've seen stuff from both sides, and I see a lot more negative things about her and her person, and stories of people working with her. And even now, ones that are hitting Ryan Reynolds, where they're saying that he's a jerk too. So it sounds like nobody was like a great person in this situation.
I know, right? It just seems like there's nobody can actually, like, again, they must have just not got along. They released that footage of them dancing to each other last week. And, you know, I'm starting to get more, I don't know, Trevor, we went back and forth in this last week. I'm starting to get like more on her side, maybe. I don't really know. I really don't know anymore, the back and forth. We talked about the trial. Are you surprised the trial came this fast too, Trevor?
I am. I'm glad that it is going to trial because, like we talked about this last week, and like a lot of people are like, "Oh, she's just in it for the money, whatever." And it's like she doesn't need the money. Like, her husband is like one of the most bankable stars in Hollywood. She just wants a verdict, and like that to me says she's got a strong case. So no, I'm glad this is going to trial. I just think that like a lot of weird stuff is going to come out. Like, I just couldn't believe, like in that article, like today, I just couldn't believe that. It's like, yeah, well, Blake farted, and it's like
farting.
Are we 8 years old here? What is happening? What? Okay. Okay.
What if that was true though, too, that she was doing that? You know what I mean? That would be hilarious in a lot of ways. Like, that really was happening. Like,
if Blake Lively can fart on command, then she deserves to be the highest paid actress in Hollywood.
A round of applause for her, right? Round of applause for controlling that, because come on. And I got you that Rey story because, again, I saw that, like, the Star Wars update for Rey. We've been talking about so much Star Wars. There it is for you. Rey is coming. Are you shocked?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, cautiously optimistic. Oh man, Star Wars. There's is there too much Star Wars now? Like, I mean, when I was a kid, there were 3 Star Wars movies, and that clearly was not enough. But now it's like, is there too much? Maybe there's too much. I don't know.
There might be. Oh, the places you'll go. I was saying, I was shocked by that one too. How do you do an "Oh, the places you go" movie?
That's the best kind of thing to adapt. Have like a really specific storyline. You have this broad thing that you can do so much with. Like, that's a great situation for a really good writer to take advantage of existing media.
And Dr. Seuss like that, it really is like it's very open to interpretation. I think there's only so much in that book, right? So if you have that ability, it's already got the name itself, right? It could do very well. I think that's I think they give somebody like a chance. It should be like somebody that's maybe new or something. What do you think? Maybe give someone a new chance, or you think they get some established writer to come in?
I mean, it sounded like they were trying to get all the super established peoples they could. If anything, the only thing I didn't like about what I was hearing. Like, you want people who do good work, and we know they do good work, but it sounded like they were trying to really go for, like...
The EGOT people.
But, yeah. Like,
But is this like Wicked? Because it's like the Wicked team, right? Does it need the Wicked kind of interpretation? Maybe it does. Maybe it does.
I mean, it's going to be for kids, and with any luck, adults will enjoy it too.
I hope so. I mean, I'll check it out. I wish it was going to live action, though. I'm like, let's go live action with this shit. I mean, I guess Cat in the Hat didn't do well that one time. They're like, never again. Right? Let it be. Let it be. I don't know. GR. I mean, I actually thought it was, Mike Myers is kind of hilarious as the Cat in the Hat. Like, if you're going to cast somebody, like, I guess that works, that or Jim Carrey at that point, too. But then again, he was already Grinch, so, and he wants to be the Grinch again.
And that's a point some people are talking about that are like, oh, it's hard to film Dr. Seuss. It doesn't lead to good movies. The Grinch is the perfect example of you can make it work, but most people don't.
Yeah, most don't. I think they had like the Lorax one.
Thing that succeeded of all the movies that had Seuss themes. Grinch is the only one that has ever worked.
Horton Hears a Who.
Well, maybe that's why we. Oh, that did do well. Yeah, Horton Hears a Who. That did great. That had a big cast too.
Yeah, that was a really cute movie.
What? Steve Carell was in that, I think, right?
Maybe.
Wait, when did this? I don't even remember this happening. There was a recent Horton Hears a Who adaptation.
Yeah, it came
years ago, maybe.
Huh? I had no idea. I didn't even know about it.
It's adorable. It was really cute.
There you go.
Okay,
yeah, it came out. It was animated, of course.
I actually made a mistake. I'm going to write that down.
Look at that. No, I think that's good, though. I think that Horton Hears a Who was a good one. But, I mean, honestly, it's like maybe that's why they're throwing the Wicked team at you, because they know that with the Grinch, they had wasn't Ron Howard and Jim Carrey, wasn't that? Maybe they just want to have, like, and Wicked's doing so well, let's just throw a big team at this and have them maybe make this as successful because we have the right players behind it. I always like the idea of giving other people a chance, but maybe that's what their mindset is with that I guess adaptation, I should say. It's crazy though to me. It's not as crazy, but it all makes sense. The Captain America thing, GR, it all makes sense. People are kind of sensitive about this shit. And again, Anthony Mackie, it happens all the time. People are already trying to hate on him as Captain America. We know that, as you've said, GR. And so anything he says wrong, people are going to go off about. So what do you think? I know you're saying about your Captain America. Captain America for your generation too, GR, was again America, right? It was about like the best of the best. What do you think that people are thinking when they're getting mad at him about this? I guess America's everybody, not just America.
Well, he's not Captain America. He's a guy that borrowed the costume. That's all it is. I'm sorry. I like him as an actor. He's good, but he's not Captain America.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say that too, GR.
Cop out. Pardon me, I'm sorry.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that he's not Captain America. They wanted Bucky to be Captain America, Or Chris Evans. He's coming back anyway, so maybe he'll be Captain America anyways. That's why this whole movie's weird.
Mr. Evans is Captain America. Anybody else is just a wannabe.
He fought it for so long too, GR. He did not want to be Captain America. He turned it down like 3 or 4 times until he actually took it. And then he's like coming back now because, of course, why would you not? Like, if you booked me as Captain America or Cyclops, people say, oh, tell me Cyclops. I will be Cyclops till I die. Yeah, I know. I'd be like Wolverine. I'd be like Hugh Jackman, like, keep bringing me back. I wouldn't even stop. But guys, you want me? I'm going to keep going. Keep me going. Keep it up all day, every day. I'm going to have fun with this. You know, I would at least. But I think a lot of people won't. What do you think about this? Do you know that story about the devil in the White City? Have you heard of that story before about Hughes and the murder house that he created? Have you heard of that before? True story, yeah. What do you think about this team up for this? Are you surprised it took this long to make this?
Well, first off, they haven't signed anything, Brian. Nobody signed.
But it's moving
Star
forward.
Hasn't signed. The director hasn't signed, and there's no script yet. So we may get a movie 5 or 10 years from now.
Yeah.
At this rate.
But Leo has the rights to it. Leo has the rights to it, though, and he's been trying to make it for a long
but
time.
if you don't sign a contract, they don't start filming, and they haven't got him or the director signed, and they don't have a script written. Kind of hard to film a movie without a script.
It might be a year or 2 down the line, easily. But I think it's happening, though. The fact that they're actually, like, studios are trying to bide for it. They're trying to make it happen. It was dead in the water for a long time.
The story of
it's a fascinating story.
Incredible. I mean,
the fact that he did that for so long.
It was almost 200 people that they accounted for that he murdered.
Yeah. It's insane. And then he was killing off the construction workers too. That was a whole thing. And like hiring people from out of town and bringing them in. Yeah. And start burying them in didn't he have like a whole like torture room in the basement or something in the cellar that you couldn't get to only through a certain like secret door?
Rooms that the floor collapsed and put the bodies down below, you know? I mean,
it's a wild story.
Was one sick puppy. What?
He was a sick guy. But this adaptation, I'm just surprised they haven't done it like this before. I think DiCaprio could be fun playing that part. I just think he could work. I like DiCaprio. I know a lot of people give me shit about DiCaprio all the time, but I think he could be good. I'm just saying. What do you think, Trevor? Could DiCaprio do a good serial killer?
I think DiCaprio could do a great serial killer. I honestly don't have strong feelings about him one way or the other. I think he's a decent actor most of the time. I don't know. He seems like a weird guy, though.
So you're saying your heart would go on if he stopped acting? Your heart would go on?
Man,
I'll give myself this.
You deserve it.
I'll give myself that. I'll give myself that.
You're like 30 years late for that joke, Brian.
I know. It's not. That's a bad one. That's a bad one.
Okay.
You know what also is 30 years too late is Stranger Things, too. Stranger Things is 30 years late. Oh, my God. How long? Allie, is there a buzz still for this?
I mean, people still love the material. People will watch the next season. But yeah, it's weird. It just feels like it's taken too dang long when they were started out so young. Like
I bet
their careers now.
It's been 10 years. 10 years since season 1. Mm-hmm. If you're 14, you're 24 now. You're not kids anymore in the 80s. Your Walkman has been retired, right? Your Walkman's been retired.
There's gotta be, but like the thing I really don't like is them splitting it into 2. That bothers me. They'll do that with series a lot, and they do it with movies. And when it's unnecessary, like I just feel so certain that it is.
When you're doing a season with 8 episodes and you got to split it, give me a break.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I'll say about Stranger Things. Yeah, I know. But the one thing I'll say about GR is that usually the episodes are like an hour and a half now. They make them like mini movies. And so you're getting a lot of content. But then again, I miss the days of just dropping it all and calling it good. Just drop it all. Let's just watch it. Let's drop it. Let's binge it. Let's take Big Bang Theory off as being the most binge show because it's been way too long. And let's give Stranger Things a chance. That's all I'm saying. You know? The cat's going to college.
It's kind of like it took that spot that Friends had for so long, and it's a decade later than that. You know, it just feels like it filled that slot.
Yeah. Are they going to be seniors in high school, do we think? Or are they going to try to pretend they're like younger than that? That's the question.
I just looked this up
You don't
before the
play
show too because I wasn't
24-year-olds.
sure, but I haven't watched Stranger Things since season 3. Like, I hated season 3, so I didn't bother with season 4. And like, I just checked and I looked it up, and they do all take place like one after the other. Like, the first 4 seasons take place between 83 and 86, and it's like those kids are so much older than they were. Are you sure? Like, could you not just stretch these stories out so it actually is like 2 years between stories? That would have
Made sense.
Work.
Kids
would've
age
made
fast.
sense. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, like you said, we're literally like, it's going to be 24-year-olds pretending to be 6th graders. I'm
going to take it. I'm going to take it. 18 to look younger, all right? That's what we do in Hollywood. And I'm still excited, but I know Enoch said, can it just end? This is the end, Enoch. Enoch, this is the end. They're done. This is closing the chapter on Stranger Things. Of course, the musical's going on, and there's rumors about doing that as a series too. And also another spin-off series might be coming as well. So the Stranger Things is not done by any means, but this chapter will be done. So anyways, great quick takes, everybody.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.
Control.